So hello there everybody, welcome back for another week of Wargames Tutorial Thursday with your host, your favorite Finn, and we got something special going on as, oh well you can't see it, we are on the Update 28 ITO testing build. Yes, that's right, ITO testing build is out, not the actual update, just the test version right now. So, if you head over to your Steam, check the properties on the Interstellar Marines and switch to the check the betas and switch it to the ITO testing, you will be finding the new build there. And for those who do not have the ITO access yet, you can do so by simply heading to the Interstellar Marines Discord and join the bot channel, and you'll have the instructions how to get yourself into the ITO build. But without further ado, I have Powermonger joining me here, since it's just me and him, because no one else knows about this. So, yes, Power, tell us what's new from the last week's tester build. There have been new things. In fact, the newest thing is currently on my screen right now. So, care to tell us what is this?
Well, the biggest thing that's new this time around is that the servers are now updated to update 28. And on top of that, we also have some more superficial things, such as we have added the screen space reflections, so you can turn that on. It actually appears as if it's on, but you kind of have to turn it off and then on before it shows.
It was actually working, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go on.
And yeah, what else? Other small material tweaks. Kim has been about in the game, and he's been.
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt there. Some news in regarding that. I checked the trailer, and Kim has been busy as fuck moving shit all around there.
Yep.
For whatever that's worth. I don't know. You guys been busy on the Discord. Fuck it, Trello. Anyway, go on. Sorry, Oh, you wanna come on, mate? We gotta fight. There's gotta have some action going on, you know.
Okay.
For the boxes.
I'll kill you. Kill you. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, a few bugs have sneaked in.
Oh yeah, I just killed myself with it. I had to try it out.
Did you shoot at the sky?
Yep, and I killed myself.
Where were you?
In wetlands.
Oh, I've been trying in wetlands, but I wasn't able to kill myself there. Okay, where in wetlands were you?
I think it shows up on the map. No, it doesn't. Well, I'll let you know when I find a bag. It's by the subarctic industrial door corner, so bottom right corner of the wetlands. Let's see if it works here. Nope. Okay. And it was with the AR specifically. It seems like the SMG doesn't do shit.
Oh yeah, it does. You can shoot yourself. The weapon doesn't matter. I think it's related to my hack, my hit detection hack.
Whoa, you're gonna cheat in the middle of the news?
Yeah, it's a bit of a hack. It's not very beautiful what I did to make it work. And because the funny thing was the hit detection didn't work when we upgraded to Unity 5.6, and they were just not registering anything at all, the colliders. And so that's kind of weird why that happened.
Oh, so now the world turns red when you're almost dead?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we also added the post-processing connections to the health and SO2 system. So when you get exhausted, you also get really your vision is impaired and what, and yeah, all that kind of stuff.
By the way, while you have made the performance increased indeed, I'm still getting 54 FPS. I think it was below 40 just a second ago. So you got a lot of work to do in terms of wetlands.
It is one of the toughest maps. I have been actually finding some cues to why some maps seems to have worse performance than others, because it doesn't always make sense why one map should be so much worse than other maps.
Oh, you're in the ops already. Okay, cool. I was just sitting here so you could find a position where the bug is. No, that's cool. I understand.
Yeah, well, it's really annoying.
Well,
I guess I haven't been testing the servers enough.
you can always check it afterwards on the stream.
Yeah, I've been testing it mostly on the update 27 servers, and I thought that since the update 27 clients or update 28 clients worked, and I thought the servers might also work. But then it turns out you shoot yourself if you shoot at the sky.
Oh, so this server is up to a 28, and thus we should not fall through the maps.
Right. Yeah, if you fall through the maps, I will get severely disappointed.
Well, it's a shame it's just two of us. Oh, fuck, you already taken all the points. Okay, that's cool. I wasn't even paying attention.
You have to multitask a little bit to beat me.
So, did you already explain this eye flashing thing when you are running out of stamina?
Yeah, the idea was that it was the pulse, because it's kind of difficult to give the player an impression that the Marine is really, really fatigued. And so the idea was that if the really high pulse rate would kind of, be apparent in your view, then maybe...
I like it how it is right now, because it's not nearly as annoying as it was on the video that I saw you had. So I think it's just fine now. Oh, hello. You bitch! Yes! My point. For once you left the door open and it instantly get punished for that.
Well, did you just spawn in there?
Yep. Just saw yourself shadowed. US skyline, like, perfectly. I was like, I wonder who's that? The only player available. So what else has been going on with last week's build and this build?
Yeah, so mostly we've been working on getting the ITO update ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then that is a surprising amount of work. And I guess I didn't do it good enough since we have all these errors. Anyway, so...
Oh, but I gotta say, I love the new textures on the crane, or whatever, the materials update. Oh, it looks... Like, I haven't actually paid attention to it before, and now there's so much more detail on them than what it used to be.
Yeah, Kim has also been tweaking the materials since last, so maybe you noticed that as well. And let me just see if I can find you. So I can show you around.
Show me around, he says.
Yes.
Well, I noticed that there are still some things that require fixing. Ow, you bitch! I'm trying to show you. Like, see this hole over here that you're shooting me through? Yep. You know, no textures there. Oh, rather. I mean,
that's a convenient bug for me. Oh.
I mean, go and look at it. I'm gonna come through the wetlands door near you, but I mean, if you crouch down and look at the hole, you can clearly tell that there is supposed to be something there. It's just completely missing. Like, it doesn't exist.
It's kind of infinitely thin. Also, oh wait, hello.
So yeah, as you can see, there is well, I don't know if you're seeing it right now. Looking at you getting more points, but yeah, the planes are missing from the sides. Like, I think it's actually supposed to be. There has been something there in the past, and at some point in time during one of the updates, it just vanished.
Disappeared. Yeah. Strange. Yeah, so, I mean, since last time, there hasn't been that many things. It's just a little bit of tweaking, and then, of course, the health and the exhaustion stuff. And, yeah.
I asked you about the rain particles earlier, and I have my, what do you call it, the visor right stuff. When can we see them?
Oh, right. Yeah,
you said that you had something working on with the rain particles.
I did, yes, I did. But I have not been working on that at all.
Okay.
I know it's a thing that most people actually mention, so and I guess it can be kind of emission breaking.
I mean, looking at the screen right now,
Immersion
like
breaking.
comparing when my visor is up and down right now, it's like one could say that I'm technically cheating. You can hear the rain, but you can't see. Like, there's nothing impairing your vision when you
No.
have the helmet up.
Yeah.
Except there seems to
That's
be
definitely
some weird glow at the bottom of the screen, or maybe that's just my. It could be my screen, but I don't know.
a glow.
Yeah, like a background glow coming from the bottom. I can't tell.
Hmm. Well, that shouldn't be a glow. Are you in industrial mode?
Maybe.
Mm. All right.
I will
Well, maybe.
neither confirm or deny. Wait, that's okay. You might want to tweak up the moon a bit because it is as bright as a flashlight
Oh,
in
yeah.
industrial. Like it actually shines. It blinds you with the shine.
Yeah, it's the same here. Where am I? I'm not in wetlands at all. No. Oh, and another bug seems to be that the navigation mesh has disappeared from jungle. So the bots they look around and can't figure out where they are, and then they fall and die. So, but they have,
Excuse me.
I just built that, and that should come in the next update. It's a server-side thing.
No, right? God damn it. Have you guys been
Don't
working
die.
any of the stuff you did for the Christmas that was teased but didn't come through? Has there been any progress on any of that shit?
What was that? I don't remember.
During the Christmas.
During the Christmas. Oh, the grenade.
Amongst the other things, really anything related to that? I'm not gonna say anything because I can't remember what I mentioned or not, but all of that stuff basically, have there been any progress in related to that? I think you guys did mention, I saw it on the dev section, that some of it might be making its way to, well, you were trying at least, get into this update. Sorry, I'm fucking dying. I've been sick. So, has there been anything, like, can we expect any of that stuff making it to actual update 28?
Maybe.
No. Damn it. Ugh.
I think there is a chance that you can get some things.
I noticed that the
Because-
drone went back to the vacuum along with the pistol, so those things are gonna be coming back. Oh?
Yeah.
Luna. But yeah, those two things probably we are not gonna be seeing them. But is there some other stuff that you might wanna share us? Maybe not related to Christmas update, just in general. What would be the next thing you're gonna working on for the that you would wanna get into update 28?
Some of the Christmas update stuff is actually ready, more or less. It just needs some tweaking. Some other of the stuff might be a little bit of a problem. So, yeah. Ooh,
What about the aim concentration? How is that going on?
that is definitely getting ready, and that could definitely be a thing in update 28. Maybe the next ITO update. I don't know if you've heard, but Tama, the other.
I saw Spectre made a non-IM announcement regarding that. So
Yeah, and he was the one working on that. And he's almost done with it. So I suppose it's just a matter of maybe I can take it over and finish it.
Oh my, even more work for yourself.
Yeah, but I'm kind of getting excited to get this released. So
Oh my.
Nice.
I'm sure a lot of people want to know what are there in terms of a single player / co-op that they can expect. Is there anything in that front in the up to 28?
No. 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 No.
Kind of related to that.
But I would like to make one. I really would, because I think I mean, Kim says, and it is a lot of work to, considering how much joy you get out of it. But it is the reason why many people bought the game, and so I really think that we should focus on that. Maybe.
I guess another thing that I don't know what's gonna be. I guess the update. What the fuck?
Ooh. Did you shoot this guy?
No. Okay, the CTR got me. I don't know if you. I don't think you guys have the up to 28 on. I mean 29 on the table yet. What you're gonna do with that? But with all these I'm wondering when are we gonna see the limited ammo hitting the multiplayer and co-op / single player missions.
Well, one thing that about update 29, I've been pushing for a fixed update cycle. So, wait, it's up there.
So you at least okay, go.
So I hopefully, and Kim was very positive to that. So hopefully, I think maybe it can be managed so that we'll get maybe a half-yearly or 3-monthly release cycle. Where we, instead of having deadlines, we're just gonna pack whatever is ready in the release.
Oh, hold on, I gotta try this out. Yep, okay. It's not gonna happen, but swimming. When can we have swimming? Now that there's actual water. I know you had something related to the water going on, and I just noticed that in the wetlands industrial door, you don't have the pit anymore. Now you actually have water down there. So, now that there actually starts to be pools and shit, could we see some sort of basic swimming feature? Well, basically like the old games do. Just wag your... Like, there's no actual swimming model, just to, have this upward swimming kind of basic thing. Think of a Quake. Like, could we have something like that so we could, I don't know, swim in mountains, for example, on the water, or maybe in the industrial, or that would, well, then you would have to add a climbing system, too.
Yeah, I mean, I would think a Marine should be able to swim.
I mean, our suit can take it.
It should. I mean, what you could maybe say is you lose your weapon or something, because you can't have your weapon when you swim or something.
Oh, but Mom! Fine. Give me a harpoon gun, and we can talk.
Yeah. Well, I have not talked to Kim about that. But I would think it was. It was kind of practical to be able to make them swim, and maybe you meet something in the water.
Because the thing right now is that there are. The game isn't that expanded. Like just adding climbing ladders and all that jazz. Adding that thing would.
Stop.
Oh, thank God!
Are you up there?
Yeah, I couldn't see you like at all. I was just blindly firing there. What was I saying? Something dark side. I don't know. Yeah, the whole like having ladders and being able to swim in one way or another. Maybe like something. It doesn't need to look something as long as we can just do it. It would give like some of the locations, like I don't know, we could add water and places to climb. You don't always need the, stuff.
Yep. Well, I'm all for it. I think it would be awesome. And you know, something like climbing and water and that kind of stuff. It wouldn't really need any server client-side stuff.
Yeah, and I even would do it like the way like looking at something like Gary's mod or Half-Life in general. Like when you look at these games, they usually don't even animate the climbing. It's just a player character going up and down the ladder. So just having something like that, I think people would be fine because it's a new feature. Like you can add the animations later. Just make the groundwork. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Actually,
no.
I mean,
by the way, I'm gonna go check if you added anything to the death pits in the Luna. But while we're at it, by the mountain store, when you have this road and it curves towards the industrial, can we have a little excavation at the bottom so you could go beneath to the other side? Because son of a bitch! Don't you do it! Don't you dare! Okay, I'll give you the points. Just don't shoot me. I'll show you what I mean.
I thought you might be here since you were talking about
it. Yeah, so this whole thing, like, if you want to access the other side from here, you gotta go all the way the fuck over here.
No.
Huh?
Just go under here.
Oh, come on. But if you want to go on top of it, then whatever, you can go do that side. Here, have your points. I'm going to go check the other side anyway. You got me there.
Well, parkouring, that's definitely planned.
Sorry, what now?
Parkouring is definitely
planned.
Parkouring.
Yeah, I mean, I know, it's been on the videos. But just having, like, if you added swim and climb, that would already make, well, maybe not ledge grabbing as in climb, just climbing up the ladders. That would allow so much more versatility on the maps. Like, even ops, like, I don't know. Because now you don't need to design around putting boxes so you can climb on top of stuff. You can just have ladders somewhere.
I mean, ladders is smart because, it makes it, you can control where people can go. If you make it so that people can, you know, grab a ledge or something, then suddenly you need to be much more careful how the map is designed, because people can maybe climb out of the map. And
well, that's actually my biggest complaint about the industrial is that it's so flat in terms of the combat field that you have. It is flat as fuck. Like, I want to go up to the roofs, and when we did it during one of the competition, Katarina got real mad for us for that. And I'm still kind of saddened that rather than making all the roofs more accessible and into the playing field, the area was blocked by a fence.
Yeah.
It's so disappointing to see, like, alright, you could, like, in the Luna, you can get on most of the roofs, and it's almost like it's been designed so you can be on the roofs and on the sides of just walk around. And that's something I want to see on the industrial. I want to see it on the other maps too, not just, you know.
Yeah, it's, I think, I can only speculate why they did that, because I've never actually asked, but I suspected it's just time constraints.
Aha! You have done nothing to this particular death pit over here. You fool.
Let's see if I can shoot myself here. Yeah. Oh, I could. I think I know what it is.
No? Which one? Oh, okay. This particular quote-unquote death pit has some interesting issues with there's a plane that... Wait, hold on. Is that the actual... I can't tell what is this thing supposed to be, but I know it's not supposed to be there because you can... Well, there is a wall here. It's a single plane, and you can go to the other side of it, and it disappears. But it's in one of these pits with the... I don't know what tanks these are supposed to be, but some sort of processing, you know...
Are you in Luna?
Yep. By the canyon door. The facility by the canyon door. The bottom right corner. It has the structures that are... The tanks that are embedded to the ground, and they are surrounded by a fence. If you jump down there, you can't get out. So, as I just did. There's no colliders on the stuff either. Oh, well, okay, that one has. But one of these had... this is also why I would not see a ladder. So if somebody falls down here, they could just climb up. Or just have something removed.
Creating something that makes you not be able to fall down.
Oh yeah, that was the another thing I suggested. But even then, you would have to take away one of the fences off, because if you jump inside the fence and it's still surrounded by a fence, you can't get out of there.
Yeah.
So having a grate there would be just a same issue. You wouldn't be just as deep as you were before. Ow. Son of a bitch.
But parkouring, that would be pretty awesome.
Parkour. By the way, an issue with this whole red thing, rather than disappearing gradually, it goes away in stages, like...
Yeah, it's because it's linked to the health. And the health increases by, I think it's 10 or 5 or something.
Okay.
Like, yeah, Kim also mentioned that, and I kind of agree, it's a little bit artificial.
Oh, but what should the ITO testers do on this? But like, what are the there's usually things to test. What would be the stuff for this one, aside from shooting to the sky and trying to remember what was that spot and tell?
Yeah.
What else should they be testing? I guess performance.
Lean.
Oh, I forgot that's in.
Yeah. Lean should be tested, and what else? In general, I mean, any kind of bug you can find if things don't work anymore. Or...
Well, let's see. Lean left, lean right. I need to.
We could find each other and do some leaning.
Oh, that sounds sexy.
Oh, yeah.
I still think that this whole uneven leaning, I get the idea in terms of, like, realistically, that, you know, our back doesn't, like, we can lean technically more. It's not, it's like, I believe it's 30 or 35 and 25. Either way, it's not even, it's more to the, you can lean more to the right than you can to the left.
I get the idea of it, but I kind of disagree with it. So I think it should be the same both ways.
Hold on, I can't actually tell right now whether it's same or not. Actually, there's an easy way to test it. Let's see. Put a bullet there, there. Oh yeah, they are definitely leaning less to the left. Well, I'm in wetlands currently, so where shall we meet?
Not as much before, I think. Kind of.
No, Tama did reduce it. He mentioned it specifically to me. I think he tagged me to that post.
More to the right. See that.
Yep. Let's meet at the ops, I guess. Let's try to spook each other by leaning over the corner.
In ops?
Yep.
Alright.
So, okay. Well, I did. What else there are for people to test?
Well, just, you know, just the functionality. Pick up stuff, shoot bots, team up, win the game. And give some feedback on some of the new features.
So we have leaning, we have the pulse. Well, I don't know what else to call it.
I know that spin / call, he thinks it's a little bit too contrasty now.
Sorry. Oh god, I'm dead. Sorry, what's too contrasty?
The in general, just the game. It's
well, I mentioned it last week. I think the difference between the helmet on and off is, like, I think without helmet off, it's too bright. With the helmet, it's too dark. So, like, there needs to be a... Oh, hello. That sounds nearby. Could it be coming from over here? Boo! I saw you. Oh, Jesus.
hello.
Hi, fancy meeting you here. Alright, show it. Show what you got. Show what nature mama gave you. Oh. Ah! You win this time.
Oh, I can revive myself?
Well,
no, I can't.
yeah. So definitely, you guys gotta do something with the moon. It's like it's just blasting.
Yeah, it's very bright now. It's I'll look into it. So many things, you know.
Oh yeah, actually, the thing with the during the dark, the helmet darkens quite a bit to the point where it's like it's barely usable. But when you lift the helmet, what happens is that everything is brighter, but so is everything darker. Like what is dark? Let's say black is more black. I don't know how to explain it. Dark spots get even darker, and lighter gets lighter. It's kind of weird thing.
Yeah, it's actually kind of negating the contrast a little bit.
Yeah.
And the thing was that in the beginning, just after the update, the helmet was completely invisible, and Kim noticed that, and I thought, okay, I'll just amp it up a bit, and I think I amped it up too much.
Like I think it's near there. It's just right now the difference is too much.
Yeah, it's
for both. Right. Hold on. Where is my toggle silencer? It's not on a queue anymore. Z.
Ow, fuck.
Gonna have to later figure out the key bindings properly.
Well, I'm experimenting with having the lean on the mouse, and it kind of works. I have these two thumb buttons.
Oh, look at Mr. Big Shot turning into a helicopter. Meanwhile, my blue box of shit is learning how to walk. Oh yeah, the experimental lean was scrapped apparently. Like the experiment is done, it didn't work out, it's out.
No, I think I can fix that.
Like, actually, that's the thing. Like when we had the 45-degree lean earlier. It was like right now, even this, I think 35 is too much. I think on the left side, it's just about, that's the sweet spot. On the right, it needs to be same as on the left. And then the experimental lean, that's when you can go over an extreme to the 45s and whatever. Yeah, especially if you're crouching, I can absolutely see, like, if you want to go real tactical and smoothly look even deeper into the corner, like hunker yourself down. That's when it should. But this whole traditional leaning thing, no. Just no. Just no.
Ow.
Bullseye. Speaking of which, maybe a personal request of mine, but could we, I know there's been a lot of talk, but could we have Bullseye making its return with the cardboard physics that it had on the website?
We had a Bullseye?
What? You know, what?
We had that? Fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I wanted it to make a return. One of the prototypes from the website. You don't remember that?
Oh, man, no.
Oh, that's like oh god, like in the introduction mission alone, you have the target practice thing. Those are what the targets that you have there are directly from Bullseye.
Oh.
You couldn't move in the Bullseye. All you could do, you were just standing there and aiming, more or less. Oh, hello. Yeah. Nope. Bot just ran in front of me.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go hunt for some boxes. Meet you in subarctic. But yeah, basically what Bullseye was, you could only just look around. You were standing. By the way, you gotta fix this bug where your weapon swaps to the pistol for whatever reason.
When you're going through the door.
Yeah, or the exiting the ops. Also the sometimes when you put on the gun, you get the gun firing animation, or rather just a particle of the gun firing. No sound, just the flash. That
Yeah,
still
I noticed
exists.
that there must be an upgrade thing because it wasn't in update 27. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of finding. There's some checkbox,
Hmm.
on the particle emitters. Play on.
Oh. Also, you guys gotta reduce these darkness times. It's just I've been furiously complaining about how dark the game is. Like, I get it, but it's just like I think that actually kills the game. People don't want to play it because they can't see. Like on the multiplayer, there's just too much darkness going on. It's fine every now and then, but like the war games, it's practically just spending. Oh, I think I'm over exaggerating because I'm getting so annoyed whenever it's dark.
Yeah.
But it really feels like it's always dark no matter what you do in the war game. So I think reducing the amount of darkness, maybe adding something else. I don't know, maybe weather conditions that are specific to like a snowstorm. You technically have that already from Dynacore. So applying that somehow to the subarctic, for instance, could add some new stuff.
Yeah, I might tend to.
Because right now, every single map is there's dark, there's a complete darkness, there's the direct light, then the morning and dusk or whatever, and then there's the evening, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it's all the maps have the same. Then the raining and all that. Docking Bay, you mad, bro?
I'm not.
Oh god, almost died. By the way, does this shooting up into the sky happen on single player?
Well, no. It seems to be a server thing. That's what's puzzling me.
Well, I guess ITO testers get to it. Try every single map. Oh, by the way, is it only when you're shooting at the sky, or does it affect even indoors?
I think it's all right. To get a little bit technical about it, I think so the colliders, the old colliders that we had before, they just didn't work. And the only way I could get the hit detection to work was to copy the colliders, just copy them, and then they worked.
Hmm.
But the thing was, in order to solve a performance problem in Unity 4.6, which is a long time ago, they decided to move the hit colliders outside of the body into the global space, so to say. Instead of being under the marine, they're kind of out in the global space.
Hmm.
And the thing, I think what happens is that when you shoot out there in the sky, you're actually hitting the old colliders that you couldn't hit before.
Oh, fancy.
And they are being scaled up by 100 or something. And then that's why I think...
Now that raises a question. Could one technically exploit this if I know a location where... If I knew a player's location and shot to the sky...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So I suppose it should be faced quite quickly before you begin cheating. You're not a cheater.
Nobody watches this stream anyway. Nobody's gonna know that. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, like, I think that it was last week or a week before that, I had the whole thing with what should be on the HUD and what should not. Relating to the firing mode, we already have the ammo on what do you call it? On the scopes. Could we have like a symbol above or below the ammo to basically single fire, full auto, burst? Because, again, my argument to this whole thing is that in real life, you just know just trying with your thumb. You don't swap, like, in real life, you don't swap the auto, you don't swap the firing mode on the fly like you do in the video games. It's only a thing you do in the video games. And even with, like, finish, the assault rifle has the AK slider thing, so you know when it's at hold on, yeah, when it's up, it's on a safe, and when you pull it all the way down, it's on single fire, and on the middle, I think it was full auto. I could be wrong. The other way around. Yeah, because what? Yeah, because it again. This is one of those things where you. I like to describe it that in real life you can feel it or you can see it. It's on your body. In the video games you can't see and feel your body the same way. That's why we need the indicators. Like the game doesn't do justice to our wonderful bodies. Okay, there's an interesting issue going on here too.
Yeah, but that's actually the same thing with the pulse and the like when you fatigue. That's the same thing. I want to add something that it doesn't look like that in reality, but it gives you an impression in a way, in a visual way, that you're tired. Man, I'm almost out of bullets.
I think on the video this thing actually looks awful, but when you're playing, like I'm now fully fatigued, running and flashing. When I watched your video, it looked awful, and now this one, like the one that's in the game right now, I think it's just fine the way it works. Yeah. Like no issues with it.
Okay, cool.
But the whole like the fire indicator and like we don't have animation that would tell us that we are actually interacting with the box. That's actually one of the reasons why I was like, all right, when you have visor open, it makes no like. Why would the visor know we are interacting with the box? Like have the. It was one of the things that I was like, all right, guys, we're going to sit down because it makes no sense. It's our hands that do the touching and opening. And so let's see. Yep, we can see the indicators. And when we close to stuff, we are also another thing is when the visor was gone, like you had the same thing. Like when the visor doesn't work and if you had it off, you wouldn't even know that you could interact with the door button. Like, you didn't have the game telling you, all right, you can interact with this object.
Yeah.
And that was another thing why, luckily it got added. So, it's kind of the same thing with the fire selector, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you might not be able to see it on all types of guns.
I mean, if you don't have the scope, then tough luck.
Oh, the counter?
Yeah, if you don't have the...
I was thinking of the firing mode.
Oh, never mind. By the way, I found interesting... I'm not sure if this is a bug. Well, technically it is. In the resort, I like to call them a toilet. Oh, they are toilets. Yeah. I think the toilet seats have been added along with... No, never mind. But there is the small door that leads you to the sides. It's kind of always been kind of in terms of crouching. Like sometimes if you crouch from... I don't know, it's really weird. Like sometimes if you're moving and you crouch, you can't go through it until you crouch up, stand up and crouch again to go through it. But now what I noticed is that if you're crouching underneath it, you can't aim down sights. For whatever reason, there is plenty of room above you that you should be like enough to actually do the whole little whatever the guy does when he gets slightly higher when he's aiming down sides. Yeah. But you can't do it underneath that door for the reason.
Right. Yeah, it's I'm not sure what the reasoning behind that is, because it's intentional, definitely. But I don't know why.
Intentionally, you can't aim down sights below it, despite having the room to do so.
It's definitely intentional. I mean, the code is there to do that. Discriminating on the height of. Because you also have that in Docking Bay when you're crawling inside the tunnels, the air vents. When you're not in a doorway, you can zoom. But if you go to a doorway where it's just marginally.
No. But the doorways in the resort toilets are huge. Right. They are not like the air docks in the wherever you are. The docking bay.
I'm in resort now.
So just go check the. Like, they're basically just a half door, slightly higher. So I think there's something like there's on some of the corners there are the invisible walls that keep catching the goddamn bullets. Especially in Luna when you're having a fight near those wedge things.
Yeah.
Or the doorways in general tend to have the invisible wall, whatever. So you gotta peek out even more than usual. I think there's the same issue going on there, that the hit colliders or the hit box for the wall is it's far bigger than what the actual visual model tells you.
Yeah, I mean that last time you showed that here in resort, you were shooting at me, I think. And you hit
No, I was killed by Joe.
Was it Joe?
It was 2 weeks ago. I had the lean. You guys didn't, or rather, Joe didn't have the lean. But yeah.
Yeah, here it is. This can definitely be solved.
Oh, by the way, 35 FPS in the resort. So.
What?
Yep, 35.
Where are you?
Maybe this tells you where I am. Oh, you don't need team for this. You'll know.
Oh, come on, goddamn.
There you go.
I have a computer that should be slower than yours. My Windows PC has a Core i5.
Standing on this very specific spot, I can get it to 34 FPS.
Yeah, but listen, my computer has a Core i5 CPU and an NVIDIA 960.
And look, man, my computer should be alright, but son of a bitch!
What? Can't you just stay alive?
No.
God damn it.
Well, you have like, what, 30 seconds anyway? So chop. No, the game will end in 30 seconds. So, in grand scheme of things, do you have any last words, so to say? In regards
clearly a lot better than you. And you know, that's why I always win. And I have 50 frames per second here on a computer that should be slower than yours.
Well, excuse me, princess.
No, that's true. That's not true. I only have 45.
Error. This wargame is not open for registration. Does that happen automatically when the game... Oh, no, that was just something.
Yeah, the game ended.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on. That's an interesting end screen that I had there. Actually, you might want to take the let's I'm gonna stop streaming.